everyone, it's Demi. Here I am with my big back-combed 80s hair, and I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial for Blondie. The era that I like as far as her look the best is kind of the early 80s, and so that's kind of what's inspired this makeup. It's a very monochromatic eye and kind of strong blusher and also glossy pink lips. Now she did tons of different colors in lipstick. She did red, she did kind of a very frosty cold pink, and then she just did different kinds of reddy pinks, but they were always glossy. Also her eyes, you know, she did use different colors, but a lot of her eye makeup was monochromatic, so that's the kind of look that I'm gonna recreate. So I am gonna go and take all of this off and then we can get started. And that is Pedro, a little dog that I'm babysitting, snoring in the background. So I've already put on a little bit of foundation. I use my Chanel Vitalumiere in a 20, and I also put a tiny bit of concealer under the eyes. This is the Makeup Forever HD concealer, and in a 315. But because we're going to clean up with concealer afterwards, I didn't bother putting on too much. And also I've primed my lids with my MAC paints. This is Bare Canvas. Yeah, Bare Canvas. So let's get started with the eyeshadow. I'm going to use MAC Phloof, which is a very, very pale pink, almost white, and it is a frost, so we get lots of that lovely 80s frosty shadow going on. Now do your whole lid. I'm using the MAC 227 because it kind of gets the job done really quickly. And I haven't powdered at all because I want to be able to clean up any eyeshadow that might fall from under my eyes with concealer and foundation. Really get into the inner corner of the eye. We'll then start building the shape. Now she had very, very big eyes and they were quite wide set, so I'm going to pull my eyes out. We put highlighter in the inner corners and that kind of already makes you more wide-eyed. So I'm going to use MAC Copperplate to kind of sketch the shape of the eye. I like to use a slightly lighter shadow before I start using really, really dark shadows because it's more forgiving. So what you do is you're just doing a very, very big V. So you go all the way from your eyebrow, way past the outer corner of your eye, and then join it up with the lash line. You check the shape and blend it. This is the MAC 217 brush. So start at the eyebrow, go way past, and then join it up. I'm going to do eyeliner next. I'm just using my Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner with a Shu Uemura 6M brush, and I'm going to do the lash line, top lash line, and really also get into the inner corner of the eye. I like to do the bottom inner corner with this as well because it seems to kind of stay in place really well. And in the outer corner you just pull your shadow out. Don't pull it up too much, just kind of out. And now we're going to start intensifying it. So this is the part where you kind of go quite slowly. So I'm using MAC Typographic, which is a very dark grey, almost black, and I'm using my MAC pencil brush. And I'm going to start building on the shape, so the liner and the really pale shape that we created, and I'm going to start building on that slowly. So I'm making that V, connecting it to the lower lash line as well. And then blend it out. So you just kind of start building up the layers and kind of connect it to the bottom lash line as well. And do as many layers as you feel like you want, so you can keep building the intensity and blend, you know, every layer, and so that the shape kind of stays great. I'm then going to do the inner rim with Smoulder, m.a.c Smoulder. I'm going to do a couple of coats of mascara. I'm using m.a.c ZOomlash. Now we will do fake eyelashes as well, so this mascara does not need to be perfect. Lower lashes as well. I'll then do the same steps on the other eye, so starting with liner. Typographic with the pencil brush, and you just start building it up and blending. And just keep blending with your 217 brush. And then do the waterline. And again, mascara. I'll clean up a little bit again. As you can see, the under eye concealer that I'm using is quite a bit lighter than my normal one would be. That's because I'm already kind of almost starting to contour. So she has amazing, amazing cheekbones. And the look is almost theatrical when you just look at her cheekbones. So I'm already starting to kind of highlight this area. Now, before I do my eyebrows, I'm just going to powder my face very quickly with m.a.c Prep and Prime. I'm then going to darken my eyebrows quite a bit. I'm using the same typographic with my m.a.c angle brush, and I'm going to darken them. I'm also going to make them longer. Just accentuate the highlight area just under your brow with the same Phloof we used earlier. For lashes, I'm using Ardell Fashion Lashes, and these are the Demi Wispies. So I'm just going to pop them on. I've got lots of other videos that show you how to put on lashes, so I'm going to pop them on, and we'll do lips and cheeks. Now we're going to contour the cheeks a little bit. As the dark color that will kind of form the shadow, I am using, this is called Emphasize, the m.a.c Sculpt and Shape Powder. And I'm only using the dark one out of this. For a highlight, I'm actually using Shu Uemura blush in Peach 42. And this is a great highlighter. I only recently discovered it and it's fantastic. So I am going to start with actually creating the shadow. So kind of suck your cheeks in, take some of the, I'm just using an Urban Decay blush brush for this. And just draw a line from your ears to kind of the center of your face. Then I'm going to put kind of strip of blush, and I literally mean strip. They did do kind of a very strip-like blush at the time. I'm using Bobbi Brown Pale Pink, and this is one of my favorite blushes of all time. And again, do it in like you did a strip of the contour, do a strip of this. And really try and keep it quite graphic. I will add a tiny bit on my chin. And then finally the highlighter. I'm actually going to change brushes for this. I'm just using the matte blush brush. This is the 116. And then very, very gently, just super gently, I'm going to kind of mix them all together with my MAC 187. But you don't want to blend too much because you do want it to look quite strong. Then for the lips, now DebbieHarry did lots of different kinds of lip colors. I'm actually going to do a glossy muted pink because I think that that's kind of the lip look I like for her best. She did do bright red lips as well, but pretty much every single time they were quite glossy. So I am actually only going to use two products. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in Wicked, and then I'm using the Clinique moisturizing gloss in 09 Currant. Now her Cupid's bow was really defined, so I'm going to kind of overdraw mine a little bit. And also at the same time as you're doing the liner, fill in the lips. And then just with a lip brush, add the gloss on top. And that's your DebbieHarry Blondie makeup done. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's quite theatrical. 80s makeup tended to be quite over the top, but it's a great look for night out, or if you're actually going to a party dressed up as DebbieHarry. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any requests, send them through please. And if you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.